Hey guys, you see this piece of furniture right here? This one could be the one that sends me over the edge of paying off my student loan debt. Hey guys, welcome back to Furniture Flipping Teacher. If you're new here, my name is Lauren and I am a full-time kindergarten teacher who also flips furniture on the side in order to earn a profit that I put straight toward my student loan debt. And you heard me right, this piece right here could be the one that pushes us over the edge of paying off my entire student loan debt of $25,000, allowing us to accomplish FFT's #1 goal of 2021. I am so excited to get started on this one. I haven't quite nailed down what design I am going to do. I got it just for $50 on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really excited to get started. So let's go ahead and take off the hardware. So as of right now, I am going to keep all of the original hardware. Probably will be doing some spray painting to make it into a different color. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop these out because I can't get my drill in there. So when I keep hardware, I always keep it in a container. That way I can just have it right in the same place and I won't misplace it. This one popped off in transit. Hopefully the screw is still in there. I've got the little washer. I'll have to find the screw. Maybe it fell behind. Sometimes you never know what in the world you're gonna find. It's from Texas. No idea what that is. It is a little bit dirty in there. Oh, something else too. Nebraska Furniture Mart. But let's get this baby cleaned. I'm gonna be cleaning with the Sunny Side from Menards. I'll link a similar cleaner down below. I say this every time, but I cannot stress enough how important it is to clean. I have no idea where this piece has been. I just need to get all of this yuck out of here. You guys liked it when I said somebody else's yuck, but it's true. No idea. There's a lot of dust and dirt and grime. Plus, we of course want the paint to adhere to the surface that we are going to be painting. We don't want it to adhere to the dirt and the oil that's on the piece. The top is a little bit damaged here, so we're gonna have to get these gouges out, but that'll hopefully come out with just a quick sanding. And I'm not planning on keeping this color, so I am interested to see what color of wood it is underneath. I'm hoping of a lighter wood, but it kind of looks like a darker wood. Where the coating is coming off, you can kind of tell, but you just really never know until you start sanding down all the way to the raw wood. All right, now that that wipe down is done, we're gonna rinse everything off with some fresh water. All right, it's time to sand. All right, well, I've had this guy, this Surf Prep sander in my garage in the box for about 2 months now. Back in February, I ordered one, and I ordered a Festool vacuum dust extractor as well because I didn't want to sand in the garage and have it go everywhere. Well, I thought I ordered the wrong attachment for this Surf Prep sander, so I hadn't gotten around to ordering a new one. Well, long story short, I really wanted to use this today, and I checked again, and I actually did have the right attachment this whole time, so I could have been using it, but now is the perfect day to try out my new Surf Prep sander. I've gotten several recommendations from other furniture flippers, Pretty Distressed. Christina over there, she uses this quite often, and so does Kay Scott, and I'm really excited to test this out. It is a powerful sander. I did a little test spot over here, and you definitely have to hang on. I'll link one down below. They are a little bit on the pricier side, so don't get me wrong, you can still use your orbital sander. That will work for just about everything. Today I'm going to be doing some detail sanding, so I really wanted to utilize the sponge part of the Surf Prep, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But let's go ahead and mask up and get to sanding. Well, I wanted to sand down and not go beneath the veneer, but it looks like I went beneath the veneer. So I'm gonna have to end up painting the top here. I'm still gonna sand it down because of all of these flakes coming off. I just need to smooth that out before I paint it, but it'll be all right. Hopefully those are some of the only spots that I go down past the veneer. And you can tell that it's veneer just because, you know, this part's wood and then I got a little too low here, so that plywood is starting to peek out a little bit. And definitely be careful when you're sanding with veneer. This is in a little bit worse of shape than I had thought, but it'll still be good. Let's get back to it. That took me about 25 minutes to do the top, and some of the veneer, I went down past it in a few more spots, so I definitely won't be able to salvage the top, which I'm kind of bummed about because it would have been really neat, but especially around the edges, it just got really thin. I'll be painting the top, but my hope is that I can sand down the drawers and the doors into this raw wood color, this light bare wood, because I would really like to keep that. So I'm gonna go a little bit slower, take my time, and I'm gonna show you the sponge that is really nice about the Surf Prep sander. So it's actually a sponge sandpaper. So this one is the fine grit, but there's also a pad that you can put on. This is the sponge pad, and you can put it on with any grit of sandpaper. So I was just using it with 80 grit. I could use it with 120, 150, 220, anything. And then that's gonna allow my paper to kind of get into the grooves of different things, the curves of different things. So it's a really awesome perk about this Surf Prep. It's useful because not everything is just a straight edge. A lot of the times you'll have the curves or the different grooves or the tight spaces. So this is really gonna come in handy when I get to those tough spots. Well, I don't know if my plan is gonna work. We're kind of just flattening out the grooves with the sander. Can't quite get into these grooves as well as I'd like it to. I could use paint stripper or stain stripper, but you know how that goes. I do not like using that. Plus, I don't even know about getting it out of these cracks and crevices. I might just leave this scuff sanded, see if I can get the other drawers sanded down, the flat drawers sanded down to the bare wood, and then paint everything, even these, except for the drawers. That could be an option as well. So let's see if I can do the drawers without going down past the veneer. I'm just gonna be really careful, go really easy, and see what happens. Let's hope for the best. These drawer fronts look amazing. So that's one plus. And the last thing I gotta do is the door fronts, the two door fronts, but I'm gonna take a quick break. So I'll be back in just a few to do the door fronts. So my neighbor just got home and saw me, and he's a really big supporter, that neighbor over there. But he saw me doing this piece, and then he was asking me what I was planning to do with it and how much I was offering. He's been a really huge supporter of what I've been doing. Wouldn't it be crazy if he didn't even know, but if he was the one that bought the piece that put me over the edge? Oh my gosh, we would have to throw a huge party. That would be crazy, but he's gonna go check it out or come over right now and check it out, and if he wants it, then that would be so cool.
Lauren tells me you might be a fan?
Just a slight, especially of that.
This one?
Yeah, I don't know what the scoop is, but I really, really like it. Because I'm looking for something to, like, stick board games in.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, there has handles, and then it goes right in there, and then these drawers, these two go here. Yeah. This drawer goes here. These two smaller drawers go here. So my plan was to paint everything except for these drawers and these doors. I'm gonna sand these down to like that, but if you're interested, you can tell me whatever you want me to do and I'll do it. We've got black.
I'm gonna show you what I want to put it next to. So
okay.
I want to put it in a room, and then I want to show you what the game
okay.
table looks like. So
yeah.
let me go get that on a tablet and I'll come right back.
Okay. He's going to get whatever he wants to put it next to so that maybe we can match it. What do we got?
Okay. That's what the carpet, that's what the wall will kind of look like.
Okay.
Okay.
Table.
And chairs.
Okay.
I don't want to run on the granite part, but I was thinking like the black.
The hardware is already silver.
Oh. Okay.
So
and like, I like that. It's kind of retro.
Yeah. So like these go on there, and then these pulls go on these drawers, like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I like that. That's cool.
You like those? Okay.
So because it kind of hooks into the chrome.
Yeah.
The chairs.
Yeah. So would you? And then like these too.
Yeah. That
can stay. So do you just want to do like black? Or do you...
That's what I was kind of thinking,
yeah?
Like maybe black to go with the chairs.
It's kind of like a grayish black, so this might not be dark enough.
I was thinking more like black of that.
Yeah, like black.
Yeah. I like that. Of the two, that's the one I like.
Yeah.
It's over here, it's a kind of, okay.
So this is like the real black.
And that's, that's it.
That one?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Sweet. Thanks for the interior design.
Yeah.
The consults.
We're going to go with anchor. I have enough. I looked. It looked like I didn't, but I do. Oh my gosh, what just happened? How did this just happen? I promise you we did not plan that. I literally got a text 30 minutes ago that said, what are you planning to do with this? With a photo of this dismantled in the driveway, and then he wants it. And I'm selling it to him for $325. I guess I didn't end up needing to do all that sanding, but you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay with it because I've got a buyer and I got some practice with the surf prep. So now I know how to use that without going down to the veneer. It's a little bit sad that I won't be able to have these beautiful drawers be revealed, but at least we got to see them. Now it's time to paint, guys. Now that we got that figured out, it made my job of deciding what I was going to do with this piece a lot easier. I am going to be actually utilizing the silk paint, which is all-in-one mineral paint from Dixie Belle. And we are going to be using the color Anchor, which is a deep black color. And I've used this a few times, but it's actually been over on Dixie Belle's channel. So this is going to be the first time that I'm utilizing the silk paint on my channel. So I'm excited to show it to you guys and kind of showcase it here for you because I really love it. There's some awesome things about silk mineral paint. The first thing is that it's all in one. So I'm not gonna have to prime this because it's in there, it's built in. And then I'm also, once I'm done painting, I'm not gonna have to do a top coat because it's all in one. There's a top coat built in to this paint. So that saves us some time. It also has like kind of a matte finish, which is my favorite. We're actually gonna end up keeping all of the silver hardware, so I'm not gonna have to do anything with that. Basically, my job just got cut in half. I did a lot of prep work for no reason, but again, I'm not complaining because it's my neighbor and he doesn't even know it, but he is buying the piece that's gonna put me over the edge. I have known him literally since I was born. He's been one of my #1 fans since day one. I am still going to use my surf prep sander to just scuff up everything. You don't really need to with the silk paint, like I said, but since I've already kind of started on everything, I'm just gonna do a scuff sand now so that the surfaces match up to each other, and then we'll get to painting. All right, so I am going to go ahead and wipe back all the dust that sander created. Okay, and I am gonna go ahead and take all the drawers back out and do some taping. But very first, before I even do that, I wanna give this enough time to dry, but I am going to be just kind of patching up some of this right here with some Dixie mud because that is just kind of missing some wood there, so I don't want any holes, things like that. All right, so I'm gonna take my painter's tape and just tape off the sections that I don't want to get any paint, and that is gonna be on the back of the doors. I am gonna paint the edges of the doors, so we'll leave those exposed. All right, let's get some paint on this bad boy. Another thing about this silk paint is that you do not water it down, not unless you're using a sprayer. That is just because it's not a chalk paint, so it's mineral paint. You want to make sure that you are going in one direction and you don't overwork the paint as well. Also, silk paint is self-leveling, so it looks like there will be some brush strokes here, but by the time it's dry, those will actually be eliminated. All right, first coat is on all of the bottom, and I'm just waiting for that Dixie mud to dry. I'll probably come on back tomorrow and finish it up. All right, we're back. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and we've got our local power district out here with us today. So if you hear a little extra noise, that's why. But anyway, we are gonna get to sanding down the spots where I had put the Dixie mud to fill those little cracks in the top, and then I'm gonna paint the top. While the top is drying, I will do a second coat on the base and the drawers. I'm gonna use 150 grit on my Surf Prep sander just to smooth out the Dixie mud. I don't wanna use any lower than that because, again, the lower the number, the more coarse the sandpaper is. So this is a pretty fine grit of sandpaper, and it's perfect because I don't wanna be taking away anything. I just am smoothing out. All right, all good with the sanding. It actually cleaned up really nice, and you can't even tell that there was any cracks there to begin with. So I'm just gonna wipe back that dust that I just created, and then we'll get to painting. I'm using gloves because it is a little bit chilly. Nebraska weather is seriously so unpredictable. Last weekend it was 80, this weekend it's 40. I'm kind of ready for summer. All right. There we go. All right, so as that top dries, I'm just gonna move right into the second coat of the base, and that should be enough to cover everything. All right, it looks like the top needs just a tad bit longer to dry, and then we'll come back and do the quick second coat, and then we'll be done with the paint. All right, so it's dry now. I do keep my brush in a baggie in between coats sometimes because I really don't like washing the brushes. So the less I have to wash, the better. The baggie just keeps the air out, and I've barely got any paint left. I think I've got enough for the top. This is a stretch of this can of paint because, again, I've used this before. So one of these will be plenty for a size like this. The thing is, it was about halfway full when I started. Even less than half, really. So that's why I'm gonna hope that we're gonna get all of it painted because I do not have any more of this color with me. Looks like I had just enough paint. There's a little bit to spare. Whew. So if I need any touch-ups at the end, I've got a little bit left. But I think we're ready to take some tape off. All right. A little too tricky with gloves on there. Get a hold of that. And then, this is so satisfying, taking tape off of the work, seeing those crisp lines. Got a little bleed through here, but that'll just scrape right off. No big deal. Okay, let's put some drawers in here. There we go. let's get some hardware on. All right, we're getting this hardware back out and put on. He just wanted the original hardware back on. He kind of liked how it was retro, he called it, so makes it easy for me. One. Two. Three. Oh. So this is what I'm also talking about when I say I might have to go back and touch up. So the door actually goes in a little bit farther than, say, like right here. So I'll probably need, well, not probably, but I'm going to go in with some more paint on the edges down the side and across the bottom so that we don't see that brown coming through. That happens sometimes with drawers, different things like that. I always try to remember to check that out before I put everything away, but it's okay. I always go very slow when I'm installing hardware because you don't want to take off any of the paint. I have had that happen before and it's very frustrating when you have to go back and paint more when you've already got most of the other hardware on and so on. It's very frustrating. So definitely recommend going slow, slow, slow when you're installing hardware. You know, over time you build up a small stash of screws and whatnots from other hardware. So that's where I've kept everything. There we go, perfect. Just needed a short screw. All right, guys, that is a done piece. I love how this piece turned out. Although it's not my style of furniture, I do enjoy the black and the silver and how they really complement each other. I think there's just enough silver against the black. So I think it'll look great in their space. I am gonna go get my neighbor and see what he thinks. There it is.
That is very, very nice. And boy, you were right. That bottom really does.
Yeah, I like how it like matches with the hardware and
yes,
stuff.
very much so.
Yeah.
And then like we talked about, and those felt line drawers.
Yeah,
that is all awesome.
Definitely really nice.
Yes.
So you said you're not putting it in your house.
That is correct, yes.
Where are you putting it?
So Rooney and some friends are renting a place over in Chagrin.
That's awesome. A house?
It's like a condo type of thing.
That's awesome.
Talk about scaring the crap out of me. Wow.
Yay!
Am I your 100th customer?
Close. You are the person who has pushed us over the edge to pay off my student loan debt.
Wait. Wow.
Yay!
Good deal.
It was you, of all people.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. And there we have it. He was completely caught off guard and surprised, if you couldn't tell by the video. He was so excited for me, and I am also very, very excited. 4 months into, not even 4 months into 2021, we have already checked off goal number 1 of paying off my entire student loan debt by flipping furniture. We are done paying off my student loan debt. When I started this journey 4 months ago, never in a million years did I think that I would be done paying off my student loans in 4 months. I had a goal of paying them off in 2021, like at the end before I turned 26. And with your guys' support and constant inspiration, I have been able to achieve this goal in a little as 4 months. With that being said, again, thank you. This is gonna be our last furniture flipping video on YouTube, so I'll see you on the flip side. Just kidding, we're here to stay. We have got so many other goals that we want you guys to be a part of, and we are ready to share our goal number 2 of 2021. Throughout my furniture flipping journey, I have came across so many people who are flipping furniture and just now getting started flipping furniture to pay off debts, to pay off bills, to pay down credit cards, and a lot like me, to pay off their student loans. Not only have I ran across a ton of people, but I've also ran across tons of teachers in the same boat that I was in, and they are now flipping furniture to pay off their student loan debt. With that being said, we here at FFT feel like we have been called to help support those teachers in paying off some of their student loan debts. We are going to need your help to get this achieved. So we've been doing some research, and of the 3.1 million teachers in the US, 68% of them have student loan debt of some sort. We see a huge problem here, and we are ready to fix it. You may be asking yourself, how are we going to get this goal achieved? How are we going to start helping these teachers pay down their student loan debt? We are going to be selling more merchandise. We are going to be accepting donations, and we are going to be partnering with different companies and brands in order to make this goal become a true reality. So I, Lauren, the furniture flipping teacher, want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for supporting me along my journey of flipping furniture to pay off my student loan debt. And now I want to ask you to help me help other teachers in the same situation and to help us pay down their student loan debt. There are a few simple things that you can do to help. You can share this video across your social medias in hopes that teachers around the country will see this video and will get themselves applied on our website, FurnitureFlippingTeacher.com, to apply for student loan debt relief through FFT. A lot of you may not know this, but we actually have a Facebook page. So head over to Furniture Flipping Teacher's Facebook page and share the photo on there with all of your friends so that other teachers can see this message and get applied as well. Now, of course, there's 3.1 million teachers in the world, and like I said, 68% of them have student loan debt. So clearly, we cannot make any promises that we will be able to fund any amount of teachers, but it is our goal to fund and help support as many teachers as possible in the year 2021. If you're a teacher and you're watching this video, down below there is a link for our website, and you need to head over there right now if you've got student loan debt and get applied, because it could be you that is supported through FFT. With all the excitement of paying off my student loan debt, I forgot to mention the numbers of this beautiful piece. So I ended up picking it up off Facebook Marketplace for $50, spent about $10 in materials. I had most of the things, and with that silk paint, it's really nice because again, you don't need a primer, you don't need a top coat, so that really limits the amount of materials that you need. So I am $60 in on this piece, and I sold it to my neighbor for $325, which gives me a total profit of $265 that for the last time is going straight toward my student loan debt. So be sure to get subscribed down below to continue following along on our journey and this new chapter of our journey. Like this video and be sure to share it with a teacher that you love, and I'll see you on the flip side.